Hello and welcome to this week's video. Have you ever stared at Boris Johnson and thought, wow, I need to make a nice erotic story about this sexy, fine man? Neither me, but some people have, and today we're going to be reading some Boris Johnson fan fiction. The first one we're going to be reading is The Yellow Twist. It's got a picture of big old BJ and Downing Street with the Bee from B movie. I lay in the master bedroom of number 10 Downing Street, staring out of the window aimlessly as I heard Boris enter from behind. I hope that means, the door. Usually I would be overcome with pleasure and excitement, but tonight I felt bored. Boris had lacked in quality recently, and I have been craving something more, something with more of a feel, a force. Ready, babe? Boris inquired, undressing his robes from his sexy body to reveal his absolute thick chonker. Thick chonker. I'm guessing it's talking about, his sausage. I never heard of a sausage be called a thick chonker. That's a first for starters. But I'm already disturbed by what I'm imagining in my head. Oh my god, wow. Oh wow, Boris is looking sexy now. I don't think he's got that quite of a body, but if you want to imagine. I smirked a little disappointed at this familiar sight. I opened my mouth ready to reply when I saw him sigh in despair. Oh bollocks, I left my golden vibrator downstairs, he groaned as he rushed out of the room and down the stairs. I sighed once more. Maybe it was just me. Maybe it was because I hadn't told him about my steamy relations with Fahim yet. Who's Fahim? Still, even that romance was failing. I needed a force, a long shot, a thrust of light. I looked out the window once more when I saw a small figure flying towards me at top speed. A small yellow figure dressed in a tight sweater that showed off his ripped chest, a figure I knew all too well. Barry B. Benson. Barry B. Benson is going to come and steal Boris Johnson's girl. Now that is the story we all wanted. Hey there, honey, he winked, licking his moist, thick lips. Want to come back to the hive? Barry, I'm with Boris now, I blushed, as Barry smiled mischievously. Come on, I know that you don't like chodes. Mum, if you're watching this, just click off now, please. Or anyone who I'm family with. I know only people watch this video anyway, but just click off now. I don't mind if the view duration goes down. Just click off. I stopped confused. Barry, how do you... He was suddenly on me in an instant. His small hands clambered up my tits as he flew up to my mouth and rubbed his stinger around my lips, causing my tongue to swell around in my mouth. You know you want it. He was right. It was too much. I opened my mouth wide as Barry lowered his whole lower half inside and began sucking hard. As he moaned in pleasure, his body jolted up and down violently as my lips clammed around him eagerly. Suddenly, there was an explosion of sugary salt in my mouth as I gagged in shock. Flashbacks of the 2016 summer crammed into my mind as I let out a muffled moan. I can't read on. I feel violently sick. This person is messed up. Boris Johnson and an animated bee character. Whatever you're into, I don't question. But I do question this a lot. I'm just gonna move on to the next one we have because I can't read on anymore. My mum's watching and I just feel uncomfortable with this whole situation. One day I was shopping at Tesco. My father had ordered me to get some tea and hummus for our dinner, and we didn't have anything else to eat. Tea and hummus. Tea and hummus. Who's eating tea and hummus for dinner? I grabbed a shopping basket and started frantically grabbing food and put it in the basket. I thought you only used to get tea and hummus, lad. You lied. You're not just getting tea and hummus, you're getting more than tea and hummus. I only had £10, but I believed that would be enough to pay for my food. I grabbed everything I needed and headed towards the checkout. To my surprise, the food was more expensive than I thought it would be. It costed £40 and I couldn't bring the price down without getting rid of the tea my dad really wanted. I burst into tears and the cashier looked at me like I was a zoo animal. I'm not. I'm just emotional, my girlfriend. I turned around and to my surprise, a handsome man was holding a sum of money out to me. Take it, he said. I nodded and paid for my food and walked outside. The man followed me. He has dirty blonde hair and pale skin. He is very attractive as well. He squares up to me and shouts, "You should have gotten rid of the hummus." He then slapped the hummus out of my hand and pushed me to the ground, and then started kicking me with his high heels. "You stupid," he said. He then pulled out a gun and shot me. I got knocked out. This is really random. I'm not a fan of this one. The one before had a bit more of a, you know what was going on. This one, I've no idea what's going on. And for that, I'm not going to read anymore. I can't be bothered. You're walking to your house in London when suddenly a huge tractor... Nah, that's in Norfolk. I get that a lot, moving here a while back. You just walk down the road, tractor outside your house. You're walking towards your house in London when suddenly a huge tractor comes down your street and splashes mud into your face. You're having a bad day anyways because your pet tray had fallen... What's a tray? Had fallen down. Wiping tears from your eyes, an obese man gave you an embroidered handkerchief with BJ on it. Lovely. You said thank you and wiped your eyes with it. Suddenly, out of nowhere, he grabs your arm and you look up at his beautiful, blue, sexy eyes. You realise that it's Boris Johnson, your Prime Minister. You would gasp, but you're so taken away by his hotness in real life, you just stare. All the time. Come back to mine, you can get washed. His sexy, deep, croaky voice that sounded like it had swallowed a million women bum juices said. People have weird imaginations, especially about Boris Johnson. I'm baffled. I mean, I would never have these sort of, thoughts of this man. You arrive at 10 Downing Street with all the paparazzi outside. He explains to them that you're a family friend even though he is holding your hand. He yanks you inside and his little dog jumps up at you and you pet it. Next you hear his girlfriend coming, so he says going to the bathroom. Oh, I'm mad, Boris Johnson is cheating. You obey him and go into a rich bathroom with a huge bath. You sit in it naked and run the water. You're now clean. The door bursts open with Boris in some shorts. You gasp as he has just walked in on you, but you turn your back to him. He walks out again, luckily, but then you hear Chris Whitty's voice along the hallway. The two men run in and jump into the bath with you, but you get away just in time grabbing a towel. You're terrified and shaking, so you run out, but realise the cameras are outside and you're half naked, so you go upstairs punching his girlfriend on the way. You're hiding under Boris and his girlfriend's bed when you hear the door slam. You begin to shake because you think Boris might come to slurp you again. Instead you see hairy feet trample across Boris's rug and pull you out, slam you against the wall and begin to kiss you. It's Chris Whitty, OMG, you whisper. I push him off and push him onto the bed before screaming as he gets naked. You run as fast as your legs can, only get trapped by Boris, who is eating little feet. They start to gather around you and you scream. You suddenly wake up in a huge bed covered in white stuff. You realise it was only a nightmare, thank God. You're still in a safe number 10, but then you look to your side and see Boris licking it up. You gasp as he puts his sausage finger to your lips. Your eyes widen in surprise as he jumps onto the bed, and then you yelp as the bed breaks under his yummy bare feet. He is still in his suit, so you help him take his tie off and wrap it around his neck seductively. He then starts licking your face aggressively. Daddy Boris, what are you doing? You ask softly. I am cleaning your face for you, darling, he replied. You nearly choked on his breath, which smells like shite. You hold his face up to yours so he can do a good job. Suddenly, Chris Whitty comes in, startled. Boris, I'm done. I'm done. That's it. I'm ending this. People had too much time in lockdown. Honestly, way too much time to be doing. Oh, people just have weird imaginations. Vote for Nico Milana to become the London mayor. Alright, thank you for watching. You had to go through that disturbing story, so did I, but no one's here right now. I'm just talking to myself. But, you still have to go through it with me. Well, I probably just have to go through it myself. There's probably like 2 people still watching. Everyone clicked off after the first minute. How are you doing, Thomas, today? How's your day? Is it good? Thanks for watching, Thomas, and I will see you next week with a new video. Bye.